loud. Hi, y'all. Gwenny is so loud. She will not stop meowing. Are you gonna chill out now? Ugh, she's so demanding. So you like my new glasses? Aren't they fun? I don't really like this light. So hi, Izzy. Yeah, okay, so Izzy actually helped me choose the topic for tonight because I was like, I don't know what to do. But I suddenly got hit with, oh, she's gonna chew my earrings. I suddenly got hit with this craving to get high. And I don't know if any of you know, I've kind of talked about it ish, that I am giving up cannabis, weed, THC, whatever you want to call it, because it just really hasn't been helping me at all anymore. What's up, girl? Melissa, I miss you so much. So what I was talking about is that she's so loud. I have given up THC multiple times over the last several months, and it's been really hard. I smoked for probably a decade, almost every day, except for when I was in treatment because we had to be sober. And at first it was like a great way for me to cope with my stress and my anxiety and my bipolar before I was taking medication for it. And it really served me. It was kind of like my eating disorder, you know. It helped me until it stopped helping me. And then I just started getting really bad anxiety when I would get high, and I wasn't sleeping well. And, I just have paranoia and just get really, really just not feel good. And then I would have really bad hangovers. And not everybody experiences that with cannabis. That's just been my experience. But I do know people who get anxiety attacks after smoking and don't really realize until later that that's what's happening. So, yeah, you two get acquainted. Two of my favorite people. So I took an edible. It was a 1 part THC, 10 part CBD, a week ago-ish, maybe a little less than a week ago. And it had been a week since I had any, and I was like, oh, it's cool, I'll be fine. Well, I didn't sleep well that night. I had a horrible hangover the next day. I had a headache for 2 days, and so I was like, okay, I need to not do this again. And especially I had lung problems because I was really sick, so I knew I couldn't smoke or vape. So I chose an edible instead because I could digest that, but edibles last so much longer. It just wasn't really working. And so after that, I was like, okay, I want to stop. I want to just cut it out for a while, just give myself a break, and really try to focus on living sober, which I don't even really like that term, but that is the truth. And I don't really drink that much anyway, sometimes, but not as much. So anyway, what happens for me is that I get cravings. My body is get high. It used to be a mental craving, oh, I just want to get high, I just want to get home and smoke some weed and chill out, and listen to music. Well, I just end up getting stoned as fuck and then watching movies all night, and I wasn't doing anything. And when I started this challenge, I knew I had to tone it way down, if not stop, because I would get home, want to get high, and I wouldn't be doing this. So today, when I got off work, my body was please smoke weed. And my mind's cool, I don't really need to, but my body is, I can feel it, oh, I just want to get high, and, I was feeling a lot of different emotions earlier, talking to somebody brought up just fear I have of, having a successful relationship, fear of falling in love, fear of being, happy and having everything that I want, yeah, and that's the thing, because it's not everybody experiences this, it's just some of us, but, something that's helped me really stop is getting on the Reddit, the quitting weed Reddit forums, and seeing, a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people deal with, hangovers and withdrawals and, just using it to numb a lot, and, I really want to figure out what I'm numbing and, because it's not a medicine for me anymore. It was, and it's not anymore, and so it's not serving me, so I want to let it go. That being said, I really want to get high, and I did not want to do this live. So Izzy was like, why don't you tap on wanting to smoke weed? And so I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. And yeah, Izzy's saying that he wants to stop smoking too. He doesn't like the feeling anymore. It gets him really anxious. Like, yeah. And I mean, honestly, like my dad and I used to talk about this a lot, that the cannabis that we have now is so potent compared to what he had in his generation. So I think a lot of that anxiousness can also come from just the way that the strains are now. It's like so different, and you have to be so mindful that you're putting a drug in your body. So that's the truth. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my little glasses I just bought. So we're just gonna tap on wanting to get high. You know, this might work for you, this might be something you resonate with, it might not. Totally cool either way. It's just kind of what I'm going through right now. I mean, I like feel so much anxiety in my body. I just want to get high. I want to shut this off and go get stoned. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tap on it instead. Okay. So even though I really want to get high, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And also for the record, I'm not saying that there's something right or wrong with, you know, cannabis. I like the term cannabis because it doesn't have as much negative connotation to it, but I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong about it. It's just what works for each individual. For some people, it's really helpful. For some people, it's a medicine, and I can totally stand behind that. You just have to find what works for you. Thank you, girl. I love them. So I ordered them on the internet, so I wasn't sure how they turn out, but I love them. So even though I want to get high really bad, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though my body really wants me to ingest an edible or smoke, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I really want to get high and I'm really frustrated with this feeling, I love and accept myself anyway. Thanks, Izzy. It's sweet. I guess I am strong-ish. I just really want to fucking smoke weed. I kind of just want to like throw all caution to the wind in my life and like not have to deal with anything. And I feel like it's like whenever like deep emotions come up, I just kind of want to like numb out and not have to deal with it because it's like really scary. And I on some level feel like I'm really afraid of success, and I'm afraid of things going right. Like I'm so used to things going wrong and things being hard, and that's what I'm really good at dealing with, that the idea of being happy is like, what? I don't want that, but I really do. So it's like these really conflicting feelings, and I think my brain just goes to wanting to smoke to not have to feel anything. And I just feel it in my body. So you guys can tap with me. You can just tap to get borrowed benefits. That's something in the community. We know that like tapping, even if the subject itself doesn't resonate with you, just tapping along will give you benefits on whatever it is that you're needing. You can repeat after me. You can just tap along, whatever feels right for you. I'm just kind of going through my own process right now because I'm like in it. I'm in the craving right now. I'm like so anxious. So I just really want to get high. I really want to like smoke and cry and just not deal with anything and be high for the rest of the week and not be responsible and journal how I'm feeling. I just had this conversation earlier that just brought up a lot of fear around being happy and things being successful, and like I can almost taste it, and it's like, holy shit, that is terrifying, you know, and like I could get hurt, and I don't want to deal with that pain. And I just feel it in my body. I can feel it in my arms, I can feel it in my shoulders, I can feel it in my legs and in my middle area, and it just feels like this anxiety. God, it's so crazy. It's just this anxiety. It's like I feel like my skin is crawling. It feels like I'm gonna explode, and I just want to like calm it down, and so my mind is telling me to get high, that's going to make me feel better. And it might, for a minute, it might, but I don't think it's going to make me feel better overall. I think it's just going to end up creating more anxiety in the long run. Because every time I get high, after like the first 30 minutes, I'm like, why did I do that? And when is it going to wear off? And I have to like take a cold shower, which doesn't even get me totally sober. So I'm like looking for this quick fix to not feel. Ugh, I just feel so anxious. I hate feeling this way. I hate feeling this way. I hate feeling so anxious. Yay, we're releasing energy. Yawning is releasing energy. I just feel so anxious. Hi, Dr. Shark Puppy. We're tapping on craving cannabis, wanting to get high, and I'm working on being sober. So, woo! It's just anxiety. It's interesting how it's like, it's starting to become clear to me that it's like this cycle of, oh, I have anxiety, so I want to smoke. But then the anxiety goes away, and then it comes back because I smoked. And I'm like high, but then I'm stoned, and I'm like, I don't want to be stoned anymore. Like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, my body doesn't feel good. When is this going to wear off? So it just is a cycle, and it's like breaking that cycle is the hard part. You know, that's why it's hard to stay sober. It's why, you know, with my eating disorder, it was challenging in the beginning because I had to keep breaking the cycle. I'm starting to feel better. I definitely still have anxiety. I wanted to scream at somebody at work today. People can be so stupid. I'm just feeling anxious, and like my body is just craving it. I can feel it in my shoulders. I feel it in my hands. I feel it in my midsection. I feel it in my legs. I feel it all over. It feels like pulsating energy, just like explosive energy. I don't want to get high, even though there's a part of me that does. I don't. I know I won't sleep well. I know I'll feel like shit tomorrow. I know it will affect my immune system because I won't sleep, and I really want to fully heal. I'm not totally healed yet. I love and accept myself anyway. Even though a part of me still wants to get high, I love and accept myself anyway. I'm proud of myself for turning to tapping. I'm proud of myself for getting on this live. Proud of myself for being vulnerable and being willing. It's okay for me to feel cravings. It's okay for me to have this experience. It's okay for me to feel anxiety. I allow these feelings. They are welcome here. They aren't in control of me. They just are. It helps for me to just like accept the way things are, just like letting things be instead of like trying to push it away. And then it just like doesn't have power, you know? I'm starting to feel so much better. Oh my god. This is why I love tapping, because you're like here and it just like takes you level by level down, you know, by level, and you just keep tapping until you feel better. And we haven't even talked about like measuring, you know, like are you at a 10? Are you at an 8? And then after you tap, are you at a 5? Or what, you know, where you feel. Because I don't know, most practitioners do that. I don't, because I just feel like if you can't feel a change, then like it's not working. Like I don't feel like we need, I don't know, I have my own opinions about it, which isn't super relevant right now, but I can just feel like the anxiety is coming down. Like I'm not feeling like I'm jumping out of my skin as much anymore. In fact, I don't even feel it in my shoulders anymore. I'm feeling it more in like my waist, so I can feel like the energy dropping. And I just keep tapping, you know, like there's still a part of me that wants to get stoned, you know. I don't want to deal with any of my feelings, you know. I've been having like nightmares about my family the last couple nights because Christmas is coming, you know, that's a hard time of year for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally grateful that I'm separate from them because they're not healthy people, but it's still hard, you know, not having family, and I have to mourn the loss of the family that I had never had, you know, and that's so important. And I definitely plan on doing, I might even do it on Christmas, you know, a session about that. But there's just a lot coming up right now, and it just really makes me want to get high and not deal with it. And I'm so grateful that I have this tool and that I'm processing. I am feeling anxious, and that's okay. I love myself. I accept that this is how I feel. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am capable. Anything that I can imagine, I can bring into my reality. I can be sober. It's totally possible. I'm allowed to be sober if that is my choice. I get to decide how I want to live my life. I'm on the right path. I'm doing what's best for me. I love myself. If I need to cry, that's okay. Feeling my feelings is healthy. Oh, you guys, I feel so much better. Okay, I'm gonna just do like another round. Even though there's still a part of me that wants to get high, I feel that part. Letting go. I accept that I might feel uncomfortable feelings as I up-level my life. As I move to new levels of success and happiness, uncomfortable feelings will come to the surface. I'll be letting go of my past, the negativity, the lower vibrations, and that's okay. I welcome them. I accept that that's part of the process. I acknowledge that I'll want to get stoned, not to deal with them, but I will choose to tap instead. I can do this. I allow myself to feel. It is safe for me to feel my feelings. It is safe for me to feel my feelings. It is safe for me to be in this world. It is safe for me to take up space. It is safe for me to be sober. It is safe. I am safe. I am safe. I love myself. I acknowledge how far I've come. I let go of any judgment. I am free to be me. And I'm so grateful that I have this tool. I will come to it whenever I need it. I love and accept myself today and every day. And so it is. Deep breath. Woo! Oh, I feel so much better. Yay. Oh, God, I don't feel like I'm jumping out of my skin anymore. I do kind of feel like I need to cry, so I might go journal now. So a lot of, like, if stuff comes up during a session and I feel like, whoa, there's, like, emotions, I'll just go journal it out. And then sometimes I'll cry, and sometimes sometimes I'll cry, sometimes I'll just like let it out, which is good. It's healthy for us to feel our feelings. It's healthy for us to cry. It's a good thing. So yeah, I feel so much better, you guys. I don't really want to get high anymore. And even if there's like a tiny part of me that feels that craving, it's kind of like my brain has switched over to, yeah, I mean, you could, but like, I don't really want to. So that's a good feeling. So thank you for joining me this evening. I'm like super behind on posting videos, but that's going to be happening in the next 36 hours. And I love you guys. Thanks for coming. And yeah, Melissa, manifesting. Love you, girl. Thank you guys for being here. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.